Everyone, welcome to another short video. In this video, we are going to see some general management settings along with some other configuration stuff related to the Palo Alto firewall backups. Let's log into the firewall. So we have logged into the firewall now, and let's go to the device tab. In the device tab, the first option is setup, and under the setup, the first option is management. In the management, we'll look at the general settings. So in general settings, you can see there is host name, domain, login banner, and if you want to force admins to acknowledge the login banner, and then SSL TLS service profile, what's the time zone on the firewall, what's the language, what's the current time, and the geolocation of the firewall in terms of latitude and longitude, and automatically acquire commit log and rest of the settings. Let's go and configure them. So to change these settings, you have to first click on this gear shaped icon. Let's change the host name to something like let's take Shivam Palo Alto, and domain. I would like to keep it shivam.local. In future, I'm going to deploy Active Directory server with the same domain, and just no spaces are allowed in the host name section. Login banner. This is a very important piece of information that that helps the admins or the people to know about the device before even logging to it. Okay, so let's put a login banner. Let's put a meaningful login banner. So let's do it this way. This device is a property of, oh, sorry, this device is a property of Shivam.local organization. Organization. Sorry for the typo. Shivam.local organization. Uh, After that, let's do unauthorized access or access attempts are strictly prohibited if you have reached to this device in error. Please log out immediately. Oh, that's fixed the spelling of immediately. Yeah, we are not going to use a SSL TLS server profile. We are going to keep it as default. We'll talk about it when we talk about the SSL decryption stuff on the firewall. Time zone. Let's put a time zone. As I'm in India, I'll set it to Asia, Kolkata. Where did it go? Yep, here. I want to say the language as English. That's fine. Date is okay, time is okay. Latitude, longitude, if you want to specify, this, you can to just track the geolocation of your firewall. It's just for the informational purpose. And this option automatically acquire commit log. If you check that option and you'll try to make any changes to the configuration, the firewall automatically creates a commit log, and no other admins logged into the firewall can commit their changes until or unless that they acquire the lock or your lock is cleared. So this is also a very good option. Let's check this. And multi-virtual system capability, that's for when you want to when you want to create multiple virtual firewalls on a single hardware. We're not going to do that as well. And we're going to use the hypervisor assigned MAC addresses. GTP security, that's for basically GPRS tunneling. And this is for the session control transmission protocol security. And then advanced routing is uh, basically for the other routing protocols to run the advanced routing protocols like OSPF v3 and BGP and rest of the advanced stuff in that. Okay, that's it. We are done on this page. And yeah, you can also force admins to acknowledge the login banner so that they need to check a box whenever they have login. Otherwise, they won't be able to log in. So let's do that as well. And hit OK. Okay. So you can see configuration has been done in the candidate configuration. Okay. And for it to go to the running configuration, we need to commit it. But before we commit, let's configure the NTP servers as well on the firewall. So that configuration is done under the services, and where we did our DNS servers, I'll just edit it. And it has the option to mention the primary and secondary NTP servers under the NTP. So I'm gonna use some, public NTP servers. Let's see, NTP servers. The stuff. Yeah, let's see in India pool. How many are they? I'm gonna use these two, top two, and hit OK. You can see they are now visible here. And now I'm gonna commit my change. If you want to see what are the changes you have done, then you can just do preview changes. But there are two sections basically when you commit all changes made to the firewall, commit the changes made by me. So as of now, I'm the only one who is logged in. So I'm going to commit all changes, and I can also always preview my changes by hitting this button. That shows me what are the changes I've done. I can validate my commit operation, and I can also get a change summary by clicking on these options. Let me show you how my changes will look like. I want to see 10 lines. Okay. It will be showing me a C. I added time zone. I changed the time zone. I changed the host name. Then I added a login banner, NTP servers, and I checked this box, auto acquire commit. Let's close it and commit the configuration. So now the commit operation is going to take some time. While the configuration is committed, we can always see the status of our commit job by clicking on task and then going here. You can see commit. It's now, as of now, processing the commit job. Let it do its job. And we will talk about the operations section here. Okay. In the operations section, there is a section for configuration management, and one is for device operations and one is for miscellaneous basically. Under device operations, to reboot the firewall, to shut down the firewall, we can use these two options. And under the miscellaneous, we have an option for the custom logo. So if you want this logo to be changed, you can put your file by clicking on custom logos under main UI. This is the main UI. And login screen, if you want to show a custom logo, you can upload it and then, just show it there. And if you are creating some reports from the firewall, then on the title and the footer page, you can choose specific logos if you want them to be displayed there. Let's talk about these five options. So suppose I made a configuration change, but I do not want to commit it right now. I just want to save it and don't want and want it to stay in the candidate configuration, but do not want it to go to the running configuration. So I can always do either a save from here or either save the candidate configuration. These two options are same. And suppose I was doing some configuration and then I messed up and I want to go back to my, the stage where I started making the changes. So in that case, can just go here and click on the revert button. That will just revert my changes to the running configuration that is running, or I can click on here. So whatever changes I made, they all will get undone, and the configuration will get same as the running configuration. Now there are several other options. Suppose if you want to save the current configuration, current candidate configuration of the firewall, so there is an option save named configuration snapshots. Let's click on it and give it a name. I'll say named config snapshot. Named config snapshot. That's it. Okay. So it has okay. The name is invalid. It shouldn't have spaces. Let me do again. Named config snapshot. It has config saved to name config snapshot. Okay, so we have now saved the configuration. But if we want to export this, this is the option. You click here, you go in there, you select the your your saved config, and then you click here and then click OK. It's gonna export the file. You can see the file has been downloaded. Now, if you already have a saved configuration downloaded and you want to import it, you can use this option. Click here, select the file, and then import it. That's it. That's how you import a named configuration to the file. But importing the name configuration does not send it to the running config. Then you need to perform a commit. First you import, sorry, and then you load that configuration. So let's do it. I go here. I'll do browse. Okay, I need to change the name of the file. Yeah, it should have a .xml extension. Okay, otherwise you won't be able to import it. Open. Yep, you can see now it has imported. Now let's load the config. Load name save configuration. I will see .xml which we imported. There is no key. Hit the OK button. See, configuration is being loaded, and in the task manager we can see the status. Yeah, see, load is completed. Now you see the commit button has become active. And right now we need to do a full commit. We do not have an option to just commit some changes. Just commit it. It's gonna take all that configuration and send it to the running configuration. And yeah, these two options: export configuration revision, load configuration revision, and yeah, these two options. And other that, any other option? No, these two basically. So whenever we commit something, whatever is the firewall's running config is, firewall creates a backup of it. And that happens automatically. It does not require any administrator intervention or any other job scheduling. Okay. So if I go right now in the export configuration version, you will be able to see what are the versions available. You can see this is the commit which we just did on 244. It saved the configuration. Okay. So this is the last commit configuration here. We can export it as well by selecting it, or we can also load it. Suppose I want to go back to a version which was this. I can select here, put the key if there was a key, and then just okay. And my firewall's configuration, which was on that specific day and time, will be loaded back. And just one second, let me see what else options. Export device state, import device state. These are basically when you have a panorama, you're managing your Palo Alto firewall wala panorama, and you have, templates and device groups. All that information is basically gets exported with the device state option. Revert to last saved configuration. This is the only option remain. So whenever suppose you're working right now, you made some config, you made one save, you did another config, and you just want to revert back, but not to the running config, but just to your last saved option. So in that case, you click that button. So I made a change. Suppose I added a banner A, and then I saved it. Then I again modified the same banner and I made it AB. And now I want to go back to A, but not to the running configuration where it was nothing. So I have to click on revert to last save configuration. Okay. So these are all these options. This is very important in case of restoring the services to a firewall when an RMA happens, or suppose there is a major incident and you want to go back to the configuration you have someday, or someone has messed up the configuration and then you would like to fix it. So that's it for this video.